You know, it's funny. We always say, think like a computer, like it means super logical and all. But what happens when computers actually start thinking like us?
Right.
And I don't mean just crunching numbers, I mean really reasoning.
Yeah.
That's what we're diving into today.
Yeah, it's fascinating. It really is a huge development. Like for so long, AI was all about seeing patterns,
Mm-hmm.
like just if this, then that
Yeah.
kind of stuff.
Right.
But this O1, this new OpenAI thing, it's different. They built these models to actually approach problems more like we do.
So instead of just giving the answer that's like statistically the most
It's
likely,
not just about the data.
it's figuring out why that answer makes sense.
Exactly. It's like, imagine they use these things called reasoning tokens, right?
Hmm.
And it's almost like, think of them as thought bubbles inside the AI. So instead of just connecting, France to Paris because it's seen it a bunch of times, O1 might use these reasoning tokens to actually be like, okay, France is a country, countries have capitals, Paris is a well-known city in France. So it's like a much more human way of getting to that answer.
That makes so much more sense. So it's not just mimicking, it's actually figuring things out. But okay, that's how it thinks. But how does that actually play out in the real world? You sent over some notes about some pretty crazy results they're getting with this.
Crazy is putting it mildly. We're
Mm-hmm.
talking O1 ranking in the 89th percentile, right, on these competitive programming challenges.
Mm.
And like, these are the kind of things that make even experienced coders sweat. And get this, they even got it to place in the top 500 of a U.S. Math Olympiad qualifier. And then on this whole test with physics, biology, chemistry problems, it was beating the average score of PhD students in those fields.
Wait, beating PhD level accuracy? Okay, that's not just impressive, that's kind of scary. What does that actually mean though? Like, does that mean this O1 thing is basically the same as an astrophysicist with years of experience?
Well, not exactly.
Okay.
It's doing amazing things, don't get me wrong, but it's still early days. Think of it like, it's like if you have this kid who's a total whiz at physics, right?
Right.
Acing their high school exams.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean they're suddenly on the same level as someone who's dedicated their whole life to studying astrophysics.
Yeah, that makes sense.
The knowledge base is different, the experience is different, but the potential, that's what has everyone so excited.
Yeah, it's like we're seeing the future of how to solve problems or something. But okay, if these O1 models are that good, why haven't we seen them being used everywhere?
Well, that's always the thing with new tech, right?
Yeah.
OpenAI, to their credit, they're not hiding it. This O1 thing is very much in beta.
So it's like having a brand new car, right? All the potential in the world, but still needs a bit of work before you can take it for a spin. Okay, so what kind of limitations are we talking about? What's holding O1 back right now?
Well, for one, the features are still a little limited. It's a
Yeah.
bit like, imagine a phone, right, with the fastest processor you can imagine,
Okay, yeah.
but it only has a handful of apps.
Oh, I see.
OpenAI is adding more all the time, but takes time, right?
Makes sense.
Then there's also what they call rate limits, which basically means how many calculations O1 can actually handle at once.
Okay.
Right now, those are still pretty low. It can slow things down.
So it's like having this super brain, but it gets tired easily.
Kinda, yeah.
But even with that, even with those limitations, it's already being used for some pretty impressive things.
Oh, for sure. OpenAI is trying it out in different areas,
Mm-hmm.
like data validation. Think of it like a fact checker, but on another level.
Okay.
Imagine O1 looking at giant spreadsheet,
Yeah.
right? Tons of financial transactions, and immediately being like, hold up, these numbers don't add up.
That would save so much time. No more going through all that manually.
Exactly. And it's not just about numbers. They're even using O1 to make customer service smoother.
Oh, interesting.
Taking those help articles, the ones nobody wants to read, and turning them into clear steps an AI can actually follow.
So instead of getting stuck in that loop with the chatbot that doesn't understand, we could have AI customer service that actually gets us and what we need.
Exactly.
That would be huge. That's what I'm saying. Like, imagine never having to deal with a useless chatbot again.
Right.
This O1 thing could totally change how we do customer service.
Yeah, it's a whole different ballgame.
Eh.
I mean, what if you had an AI that could actually look at your account, like see your details and stuff,
Okay, there.
and then not just understand the problem, but actually fix it? Like process a refund right there.
Whoa.
And then even like, guess what you're going to ask next?
It'd be like having like a super powered customer service agent available 24/7. Sign me up. Seriously, where do I get the beta version? This deep dive has really blown my mind. It's really got me thinking.
It's wild, right?
It's not just about making AI smarter, it's making it actually useful, you know?
Totally. And the best part is, we're just getting started.
Oh, yeah.
OpenAI They're constantly tweaking and improving these O1 models.
That's so cool.
It makes you wonder what they'll be able to do like a year from now.
Seriously, who knows? That's what I love about this whole AI thing. There's always something new and amazing just around the corner.
Totally.
So, as we're wrapping up this deep dive, I want to leave you with something to think about.
Okay, sure.
If you had an AI assistant, right, powered by this all-in-one thing, what would you have it do?
Ooh, good question. So many possibilities.
I know, right? It's crazy exciting. You know what else blows my mind about all this? It's not just theoretical. OpenAI is actually letting these O1 models loose on real problems.
Oh, yeah, they're already putting them to work.
Like in the documents you sent, they talked about using them for data validation and even like building those routines for customer service. It's pretty wild.
It is. They've been experimenting with how good these models are at spotting inconsistencies in data.
Okay.
Like they did this one thing with a medical data set, totally made up data, but still very complex.
Right, yeah.
And O1 actually found stuff that was messed up. Like it noticed if they ignored a medication allergy or if the lab results didn't match what the diagnosis was.
So it's not just checking if the numbers add up, it's understanding the context too.
Yeah. It can connect the darks in a way that would take humans way longer.
Yeah, that's huge. And not just for medicine. I mean, think about finance or really any field where accuracy is critical.
Absolutely. But what's even cooler is how they're using this for customer service.
Oh, yeah. Tell me more about that.
So they're taking things like help center articles, those things nobody reads,
Totally.
and they're using O1 to turn them into actual steps an AI could use to help someone.
So instead of those useless chatbots we're stuck with now, it could be an AI that actually understands the problem and knows how to fix it.
Exactly.
Now that's customer service I can get behind.
Think about it. You'd have an AI that not only gets what you need, but can also actually do stuff like process a refund or whatever.
And probably even anticipate what I'm going to ask next.
Exactly. It's like having a super efficient customer service agent, but available 24/7.
Okay, I'm sold. Seriously, where do I sign up for the beta? This whole deep dive has been amazing.
It really makes you think.
It does. It's not just about making AI smarter. It's about making it actually useful in the real world.
And the best part is we're only just scratching the surface.
I know. OpenAI is constantly working on these models. Who knows what they'll be capable of a year from now?
It's exciting to think about.
It really is. Well, that's about all the time we have for today's deep dive. But before we go, I want to leave you with something to ponder.
All right, let's hear it.
Imagine if you could have your own AI assistant powered by this O1 technology, what would you have it do?
Ooh, good one. What would you have it do?
Oh man, so many possibilities. The mind boggles. Thanks for joining us on this incredible journey into the world of thinking machines. We'll see you next time for another deep dive.